Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders may be gaining a little bit of momentum as he seeks to challenge Hillary Clinton for the Democratic presidential nomination. Sanders drawing packed crowds at campaign stops in Iowa and seeing a bit of a boost in some of the recent poll numbers out there. 16% of Iowa voters now favor Sanders. That is up 5% from in January, before he announced he's still far behind Clinton, as you can see here. But some analysts say that Sanders is starting to register a little bit out there, and that gets people paying attention. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry joins us live from Washington. So, Ed, what do they think is behind this interest in Bernie Sanders?
Well, Martha, maybe you can call it Weekend at Bernie's. The New York Times saying that he had some town hall meetings this past weekend. One, for example, in a tiny town, northeastern part of Iowa. There's only 240 residents, and he had something like 300 people there. So there were people driving from 50 miles away just to get there. What is he doing? He is clearly tapping into some angst on the left that maybe Hillary Clinton is not as accessible to them. He's trying to tap into sort of the Elizabeth Warren wing of the party. Remember, Elizabeth Warren has repeatedly said she's not running, but some of the issues that have sort of animated her, you know, Wall Street reform, taking on the president's trade bill, something Hillary Clinton has been sort of waffling on. You see Martin O'Malley there as well. He announced his bid for presidency over the weekend, but in the Real Clear Politics average of polls in Iowa, for example, he's just at 2%. As you say, Bernie Sanders at 16%. And let's not forget that there was an event he had last Thursday night in Davenport. 700 people. I've been on the road with Hillary Clinton. She hasn't had anywhere near that. That's because, of course, she's had these carefully orchestrated small roundtables. She's going to start doing bigger rallies in June, in fairness to her. But let's face it, she's doing these carefully scripted events. Bernie Sanders is saying, look, I'll take her questions. I'll go out there, not just the media, but voters as well. They appear to be responding.
Yeah, and Iowans like to be spoken to directly. So it's going to be interesting, Ed, to see if the Clinton strategy of having these orchestrated events that you talk about, it might backfire on them in Iowa. And I mean, what if she gets a serious challenge to her in that state? It's always been a tough spot for her.
It has been. She came in third in 2008. You remember that. When I talked to Hillary Clinton's advisors, they say they know this is always going to be an uphill battle in Iowa, that only sitting presidents, you know, crack 50% in those caucuses. So they know that someone like Bernie Sanders can get 20, 25%, make a statement, maybe not win, but still shake her up ahead of New Hampshire. Here's the bottom line. It may not be about Bernie Sanders beating Hillary Clinton in Iowa. It might be about him getting some momentum and opening the door to some other candidate who is sitting it out right now saying, maybe she is beatable. Maybe not, because as you say, she's still well over 50%. But he might open the door to somebody else.
Yeah, no doubt Elizabeth Warren is watching all this very closely, because she's had a lot of people who want her to get in. Ed, thank you very much.